do it for the cash, others do it for the passion. Is you working on your craft? Is you really about that action? The craft. Welcome.
What's good, y'all? It's O.D.D.I.T.Y, and welcome to the craft. This week I'm going to talk about the fact that everything that you write does not have to go on a song. It does not have to become a song. I remember in the beginning stages of me becoming a rap artist and writing a lot and restarting to record, and I struggled with the fact that not everything that I wrote needed to become a song. I felt that whatever I wrote to a beat, I needed to record, and that song needed to be recorded as it was written, with no revision, or just not understanding that what I may have written isn't song ready. I would say the first 4 or 5 years of me recording and writing, every song that I wrote was every song that I recorded was something that I had written to that beat with no revision or no writing exercises, just kind of what came to my mind when I heard the beat. And as I've gained more experience and perspective and absorb knowledge from all different sources, I've realized that not everything that I write has to be on a song. And I don't have to write stuff strictly just for songs. It's okay to do writing activities and writing exercises that kind of challenge myself and take myself out of my comfort zone to help evolve my overall writing and songwriting. One of the exercises that I have started doing is just finding a random beat that I like. It could be a famous instrumental or just a random one on YouTube, and I don't do this to use those, so it's not like I'm stealing the beat. I just do this mainly for recording purposes, and I find a beat maybe that I wouldn't typically write to, and I just write a verse to it. And writing to different types of production has made me think differently about possible flows I can use, cadences, rhyme schemes, switch ups in verses, and it's overall made me a better writer. I probably have over 100, if not 200, verses that I've written with the intent of them being for songs that I've recorded, but I have not used them because they've become writing exercises to strengthen the verses that I actually ended up using. And they may have been, structurally still what the verse was, but there's songs where I've written 5 or 6 verses just to come up with those 1 or 2 verses that were used on the song. And I think this is an approach that I don't always do on every song, because like I've said in other videos, sometimes what comes out initially emotion wise you can't replicate, or it was just kind of what was meant to be on the song. So in those instances, you know it, and you don't need to rewrite, and you know that those verses are strong and that song is strong. But for those verses where you write and you think they're pretty solid, but you don't have that feeling of just like, I know this is the verse, rewrite it or add some new element to it to strengthen it, because what you put out there, first impression, you want people to remember it. One other method of a writing exercise that I kind of do is take a famous beat and do a remix version where I just write for 3 minutes, use as much of the lyrical writing skills I have to just try to grow as a writer. Punchlines, metaphors, crazy different types of flows, experimenting with flows, switch ups, all on these remix verses, and just go for 3 minutes and just write. And it's almost like connecting a puzzle. And I found that I can take bits and pieces of things that come out of those remixes, and I'm not talking about like the words, but the flow, the cadence, and use in actual verses on my songs. So basically, to sum up this week on the show, it's okay, guys. It's really okay to have verses you don't use, because while they're not actually on a song, they have helped prepare those verses that you do use. And writing in general is just going to make you better at what you do. So don't be afraid to write a verse and then not use it. Collect them. There's always something you can gain from that, whether you use lyrics or lines from it, whether you use the cadences or flows, or whether that knowledge just and that repetition of writing just builds up in your brain, and then down the road you write that killer song. So thank you all for watching this week. Again, I'm O.D.D.I.T.Y. This is The Craft. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe. The channel is continuing to grow, and like I've said, I am a hip-hop artist who has over 10 years experience, and I just want to share what I have as I continue to grow and share